Hi. Let's learn about the additional child tax credit. The additional child tax credit is the refundable portion of the child tax credit. It can be claimed by families who owe the IRS less than their qualified child tax credit amount. Since the child tax credit is non-refundable, the additional child tax credit refunds the unused portion of the child tax credit to the taxpayer, up to a limit that changes with inflation. The Tax Cuts and Jobs Act increased the amount of the child tax credit to $2,000 and put a new limit on the refundable portion. A tax credit is a benefit given to eligible taxpayers to help reduce their tax liabilities. It reduces what you owe dollar for dollar. For example, if Susan's tax bill is $5,550 but she qualifies for a $2,500 tax credit, she will only have to pay $3,050. Some tax credits are refundable, meaning that you will receive a refund if the tax credit amounts to more than what you owe as tax. The child tax credit is non-refundable, which means the credit could reduce your bill to zero, but any excess from the credit would not be refunded. Families who want to keep the unused portion of the child tax credit may be able to claim another available tax credit called the additional child tax credit. The additional child tax credit is a refundable tax credit that families may qualify for. In 2023, up to $1,600 of the child tax credit can be refundable for each qualifying child if certain conditions are met. This refundable portion increases to $1,700 in 2024. To claim a refund, filers must complete Schedule 8812. Before the TCJA, the IRS allowed families with an annual income of more than $3,000 to claim a refund using the additional child tax credit. The tax credit depended on how much the taxpayer earned and was calculated by taking 15% of the taxpayer's taxable earned income over $3,000 up to the maximum amount of the credit, which was then $1,000 per child. The total amount above $3,000 was refundable. For example, say a taxpayer with two dependents qualified for the child tax credit. Their earned income was $28,000, which means income over $3,000 is $25,000. Since 15% x $25,000 equals $3,750, and $3,750 is greater than the maximum credit of $2,000 for two kids, they would have received the full portion of any unused credit. The Tax Cuts and Jobs Act changed some aspects of the child tax credit by increasing the total credit amount from $1,000 to $2,000 and allowing the full credit for taxpayers with up to $200,000 in income, $400,000 for married taxpayers filing jointly. Instead of allowing a refund of the full credit amount, the TCJA capped the refundable portion and indexed that limit to inflation. The child tax credit is a non-refundable tax credit that may reduce the tax liability of certain taxpayers down to $0. The additional child tax credit is a refundable credit that returns a portion of the unused credit amount up to a set limit indexed to inflation. Married couples with income over $2,500 and up to $400,000 may be eligible to receive the additional child tax credit. Single taxpayers or heads of household with income less than $200,000 are eligible as well. Taxpayers with incomes over that limit may be able to claim a partial credit. Yes, the additional child tax credit is refundable. This means that even if your tax liability is reduced to $0, you may receive a part of the additional child tax credit as a tax refund. The higher child tax credit that was enacted during the pandemic has since expired. The child tax credit dropped from $3,000/$3,600 per child back to $2,000 per eligible child at the end of 2021. Here are 4 key takeaways. 1. The additional child tax credit is the refundable portion of the child tax credit. 2. It is claimed by families who owe the IRS less than their qualified child tax credit amount. 3. For 2023, the additional child tax credit will refund eligible taxpayers up to $1,600. For 2024, it's $1,700. 4. To determine whether you're eligible for the additional child tax credit, you can fill out Schedule 8812 along with your Form 1040. Hope this would help. Thanks for watching.